Hi, welcome to DP Animations. So today we are going to look at color grading in After Effects. So not to waste your time, let's open After Effects and have a look at this. Alright, so I have some footage here. Let me click and drag in a footage. Okay, so I have this footage. So for beginners in After Effects, maybe the simplest way to upgrade this kind of footage is to use the gradient ramp effect. Okay, so let's see how it works. So right click in new, then go for solid layer. Okay, then come to effects and presets, then type gradient ramp or ramp, double click to apply it. Okay, so you have this. All right, so under gradient ramp you can decide to do changes to this, the ramp here. So the white one, let's make it something like maybe dark green. Okay, then the top one, let's go something like orange, a bit yellowish orange. Okay, so we have this. All right, so now when you come to the blend modes here, you have overlay. So let's try overlay first. You see that? So this is the actual image. Okay, you see that there are some highlights on here before the greens here. Right, so with the effect that you apply, which is the gradient ramp, we choose end color and start color. End color, which is green, and the start color, which is yellow. So once we overlay it, see what we have. If you are not satisfied with this, when you go through it, you have maybe soft lights that will soften it a bit, but you can see that there's still strong highlights within this. Okay, so let's choose the overlay. If the dark green is not enough, you can is too much, limit it a bit. Okay, so with this one, it depends on what you are doing. Okay, so I won't call this actually a color grading. This is just a simple applying color grade to an image, but this is not an actual grading. Okay, you see, so this one depends on how you manipulate it. See that? So when, let's use something like radar ramp. You see how it looks like? You can decide to, maybe let's go for something like white. There, it will be too much. A blue sky. All right. So that is that. So this is just a simple intro into color grading, the simplest form of color grading you can do. Okay. All right. So let's leave that. Now let's do some actual grading. Now with this, the second step that I'm going to show, this one, once you know this one, you can do even grading in Premiere Pro. Okay. So right click in new, then go for adjustment layer. All right. So in this case, what we are going to use here is an effect called Lumetri color. Okay, let's come to effects, then come to color correction. So let's set, here's it, Lumetri color. Okay, so apply it. So how this one works is this. When you come under the Lumetri color, come to basic corrections. Under it, we have tone. So here, when you see the image here, there are too much highlights here. So let's tone it down. Let's go down on the highlights. Okay. So we have here something like, let me make it -50 and see, -50 on the highlights. All right. But there's still some showing. So let me go for shadows. Let's go a little bit on the shadows. The shadows -30. Okay. The highlights, let me go a bit on the highlights again. So let me make it -60 and see. Let's go again on the shadows. I want the highlights to be gone a bit more. So the shadows too. The shadows is -70 here. Let me make it -70 on the shadows. So you see what we have. We are not done yet, but you see how the image has turned. First, the highlight was too much, but see. So this is how it was first. But then look at how it is now. Now we need a bit of brightness in this image. So let's come to exposure. Then maybe 0.5. Let's see 0.5 exposure. Okay. All right. Now let's come to here. When you see here, we have, you see, one thing about the Lumetri color is that it has the grays that you can use to manipulate the footage. Instead of going for an individual effects like curves, sharpen, all these things to apply it, once you use the Lumetri color, you have the grays under. Okay, you see, even vignettes is here. If I were to be using single colors, I will be searching for vignettes here. All right. So I think Lumetri color is the best option. So now let's come here, creative. So under creative, you see, there's even sharpen here. So under creative, the highlights up here, it's afternoon, so I want maybe it should be a bit orange. So let's go up there. Let me move this to the orange side. I think this is cool. All right. Now let's come to the shadow tint. Let's come down here on the green. The orange, let's go up a bit more. Okay, cool. So now let's see what we have here. Let's see the Lumetri color. Now this is the grading that we have done here. So first it was like this. Now we have this. So you see how rich this one is. Now if you want it sharpen, you can just use maybe some 20% here. See that? See how sharpened it has become? So I think I'm okay with this. All right? I'm okay with this. But in case maybe you want more, you are not satisfied with what you have, you want more, there are tons and tons of stuff here that you can go through. Okay? So you can just take your time, then go through this. Let's see what we have. So with this, you have color graded. Okay? But if you want to manipulate it more too, you can manipulate it. So this is how it was first. Okay? Then I made it this. And when you come here, you come to the looks. I use the shadow tints and the highlights. But when you come here, there are already presets here that you can use. You see that? You have the Fuji Eternal. You can personally manipulate it. So that's what I did. Okay? So if you want to add a vignette here, let's say maybe a 10% vignette, you have this. Okay? Now, the vignette, I don't want a whiter or a highlight version of it. I want a darker version of it. So what I will do is I'll make it -5. You see that? It's even way too much. So I mean, just make it 2, -2. So the feathering, let's go something like 100 on the feathering. So this way to be smoother. You see? So from the end here, you see that there's a bit of darkness around it or shadow around it. That's the vignette. All right, guys. So this comes to the end of the tutorial. It's just a simple beginner intro into color grading and After Effects. Okay? There are much advanced version of color grading. All right? So this is just a simple basic intro into color grading and After Effects. All right. See you next time.